All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Unit Eagle Eye, coming to you again with a brand new video. This time is to talk about Arsenal transfer business. And basically, it's the final countdown. That's why Arsenal are in the last, should we say, 5 days of the transfer window as I record this. What can I say? Let's talk about some sales and let's talk about some exits. So what has transpired over the past couple of days? So when I did a show with Lee, if you've not had a chance to see that, go see it. It's a long show, but it's something that I'm going to try and put on iTunes in the next few days, just so that you guys have an opportunity to download it and not use up all your data. So stay tuned for that. And I'm going to start to do that going forward with all shows that are at least half an hour. Yeah, so me and Lee did a show. While we were doing the show, let's talk about that first story. Ousmane Dembele took a picture with Guendouzi, Mkhitaryan, Lacazette, and Aubameyang. And obviously, had it just been Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang, people could have been like, oh, all right, you know, why wouldn't he have a lunch with those two? And even if it was Lacazette there as well, I was kind of like, okay, well, Lacazette's French, and he's French. But it was the fact that Guendouzi was there as well. It's just like, what the hell is happening? what is happening here? And they were with their kids and stuff. And, you know, it was a nice picture. First of all, it was a nice picture to see. The second thing that I thought was pretty evident was that they've really taken Guendouzi under their wing, which is also nice to see. The picture kind of got all fans a little bit too hopeful, I guess. I think people thought, what, is this on the verge of happening? I think most of us realise by now that we're kind of grasping at straws a little bit. And so much so, actually, I read a story today that Dembele is actually reported back early to Barcelona training. So that to me sounds like someone who's eager to try and say, all right, we brought in Malcolm. If I'm going to stay, then I might as well have a real crack at this. So I think he's trying to lay a marker down and really kind of stamp his authority on the team to say, all right, Malcolm, if you want my place in the team, you're going to have to come and take it. A fair fucking play to him, if that's the case. It's a shame, man, because I really wanted Dembele. I really wanted Dembele. I love Lee. I respectfully disagree when he doesn't see the talent in Dembele. I think, to be fair, he didn't say that. He does see talent in Dembele, but probably thinks I overrate him a little bit. I see it in this kid, man. I see it in this kid. This kid's got something. If we can just harness it back and harness back all the bullshit and give him the confidence, I could just see him slotting so beautifully on either side in terms of the wing plays. And we need wingers. We need wingers. And if it ain't Dembele, we need to be making Bailey happen. Now, my worry about this is that Emre has come out as recently as last night after the Lazio game, which I'll come on to in a second. Well, I'll come on to at the end of this, at the end of the show. And he came out and he basically said that, you know, he doesn't really expect a lot of incomings. That was the way he put it. That he expects more outgoings than incomings, which is a little bit of a, what? It's a little bit of a worry. So much so, speaking of those outgoings, so let's talk about Aaron Ramsey. So I know all of the fan base is really pissed off that Aaron Ramsey looks like he's set to leave. So much so, I mean, it's just a case of who's going to get him first, because Chelsea look like they're making a play for him. Liverpool kind of say that they're not interested, but they kind of aren't interested. And in my opinion, I think if Liverpool comes in, Ramsey's off. I'm convinced of that. I think he would love to go to Liverpool. If Liverpool comes in, he's off. The Chelsea one, I'm a little bit more skeptical about because he may see that as more of a sideways move, I guess. But the Liverpool one, I'm convinced that, to be honest, I think if he'll be off if Liverpool come in for him. So yeah, so it's just a case of who gets him first. Me personally, you know, Lee brought this up during our show. We should be trying to use that to make some sort of deal happen for Martial. I would like Ramsey to stay. I've always said that. Just like I would have liked Jack to stay. But I have the same attitude with Ramsey that I do with Jack. And that is, I'd like him to stay. But if they go, I'm not going to be heartbroken as long as we get something good for it. I don't want to just get cash for the sake of getting cash and then we don't spend shit. You know? And you can just see Arsenal doing some shit like that. Whereas, you know, if United says something like, all right, we'll take Ramsey plus 20 million, shall we say, for Martial, I'm all up for that. I am bang on that. You know? That's the type of moves I'd like to see us making. I wouldn't want us to just get rid of Ramsey for the sake of getting rid of Ramsey. Or, you know, if Barcelona decided they wanted to come in for Ramsey, cool. And Barca said, all right, we'll take Ramsey off your hands and, I don't know, 20 million for Rakitic. I'll be up for that. I'll be like, yes, please. I'll take that shit now. So it's just a case of, all right, if we're going to let Ramsey go, and I agree, if he doesn't sign on, he can fuck off. But I want us to have a plan. And in 5 days, come up with a plan that you know Arsenal haven't come up with because these motherfuckers, you know, regardless of the amount of things we changed between now and May, that we've changed so much, between May and now, I should say, regardless of the amount of things, clearly somewhere along the line our mentality is still shit because this Ramsey thing should have been sorted ages ago. And if it weren't going to be sorted ages ago, it should be flogged ages ago. You know, we've gone from Ramsey possibly being captain to now us getting fucking overly excited because and wanting Xhaka to be captain because it gave Reece Nelson a good talking to after Reece scored. It's like, this is what we're fucking come down to. So I just want us to get this shit sorted. You know, one way or another, get it sorted. Either he signs on or he fucks off. I'm all right with either. I am completely fine with either. I just want us to be able to move on and plan going forward. And with this Ramsey cloud hanging over us, we can't. And that's the problem. The second sale is that I want to talk about is Danny Welbeck. So Danny Welbeck was told yesterday by, probably told a few days ago, to be fair, but came out yesterday that Danny Welbeck's been told he can leave Arsenal, which I'm still surprised about. Not because I disagree with it, quite the opposite. I think he should go. But I just thought he'd be an Emre type of player. Like, he works really hard, he treks back a lot, he makes... Here's the thing, here's the problem. When in your job description it says you're a striker and you are supposed to score goals and you don't score goals, it's pretty hard to make a case for you, bro. And I should have known that something was up because throughout this summer, there's not been one story linking Danny Welbeck with a new contract. Not one. Not even one. So that kind of tell me, oh, okay, maybe this might even be a board decision. I suspect it is a board decision rather than an Emre one. But he's still sellable. I could see someone like Everton, maybe West Ham coming in for him last minute. Hopefully get our money back or just move on without Welbeck. I struggle to believe, and I suppose this links into my next story, I struggle to believe that we will let go of Perez and Welbeck. I can't see that happening. Yes, I grant all of what you're saying now. Probably saying in the comment section, yeah, but we've got Eddie there, cool. Most teams leave 4 strikers throughout the season. You know, we're playing in the Europa League. We're going to need a big squad, albeit I accept our squad is too big right now. But I find it difficult to believe. We just let go of Akpom, fine, no problem. I'm all right with that. But you want to let go of Perez, which is the next story. Supposedly, we're so desperate to get rid of Lucas Perez. Apparently, he's completely unimpressed in the pre-season, according to his stories. We initially set a asking price of 7 million, which just seems astounding. And supposedly, we accepted a lowball offer of 4.4 million, which is just amazing to me. From Lazio, I think it was Lazio. I saw the story with 4.4 million. It's just like, well, what are we trying to do? So just that seems to me that we're just trying to clear the books, clear the decks, get rid of people off the wage bill. The wage bill is way too high, particularly the fact that you know, Ozil has the wages that he's on. So it just seems to me that we're just trying to clear the decks as much as possible. Bid was from Sporting Lisbon, Lucas Perez. So that's where we are with Lucas Perez. So I don't know, man. It's just a case of we'll see what happens. But lots of the stories coming out today are more sales than incomings. And just the Leon Bailey thing has just gone cold. There's just nothing on that at the moment. There's nothing on that even for Chelsea, so I don't know what's going on there. I know yesterday's story, I might as well come out with that. For yesterday's story, we were linked with a bid for Vida, £25 million bid for the Beşiktaş. I always say that team's name wrong. Defender. And I know I put it up on Twitter because I feel like we do need a defender and an imposing one. And I was impressed with him in the World Cup. I was very impressed with him. He is 29 though. He is 29 though. But he's big, he's imposing, and I do feel like it's an area we need to improve even further. Particularly if we're getting rid of fucking Mustafi, which I am all for. But people are like, no, oh, we can't get Vida. No, he's honestly shit, he's overrated. Like, I would talk about two different people because the Vida I saw during the World Cup was very impressive. Very impressive. Admittedly, I don't watch Turkish football, but from whatever I've seen from this guy, it's been very, very good. Did a number on us. Well, I say us twice, Nigerian perspective and an England perspective. So to me, I'm all right with it. I'm okay. So yeah, and also I've got to congratulate Alex Iwobi, who signed a new contract with Arsenal. If I'm being honest, it's only fair for me to say this for Alex, like I did for Xhaka, like I did for Onana. I don't know how the fuck my man got a new contract offered. I'll be honest. I don't know how the fuck he got a new contract offered. But the one thing I would say about Alex Iwobi, he's had a good pre-season. He has. He's come back. You know, when he came on, people say he changed the game. Early in the week when we played that game, oh fucking hell, my brain's gone. When we played against Chelsea, he said he changed the game. I thought he did well, but I wouldn't necessarily say he changed the game. But I thought yesterday he played very well, and that's Lazio. I thought he did really, really well. Really influences the game when he wants to. The only thing about Alex is my man needs to improve his shooting and his finishing. If he could add that shit to his game, then I'll tell you what, a lot more people will appreciate Alex Iwobi. He just doesn't score enough goals. He himself even came out a couple of days ago and said that the one piece of advice that Thierry Henry gave him was score more. You need to score more. And it's true. People have a short memory versus goals. You know, you could play dead for the rest of the game. If you score the winning goal, people will be like, oh shit, we can't live without Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi is an amazing, such a talented player. Sometimes he frustrates. People will begin to make excuses for you. if you add goals to your game. And it's so fucking true. The amount of time. Why do you think people love Ozil so much? You know, Ozil could have the deadest of deadest games, and then thread some sort of through ball, and then people will be like, "Oh, he's the best number 10 in the world." Yada 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 yada. People are just like that. They have thin memories, and that's one thing he desperately needs to add to his game. And I would love to see him add to his game. And to be honest, going back to the game, I thought we played reasonably well. I still think the defense is a issue. I love the fact that Aubameyang and Lacazette link up so well. I love that. You know, as we edge towards the transfer window, and it's looking like we won't get a winner, I think we're going to rely on those two. I think you'll see a lot more starting lineups with those two in it than without, to be honest. Just because they link up so well. I think it unbalances us slightly, but we do link up well. So there's a bit of give and take there. But that's pretty much it in terms of the stories, you know. There's nothing amazing. It's just the same usual stories. When there's Stephen and Zonzi, this man Dembele, Aaron Ramsey. It's just the same stories. Welbeck. There's nothing new on the horizon, which tells me that, oh, okay, it's more than likely that we're going to be selling more than the likelihood of incomings. Having said all of that, I still say, watch your space. Just trust me. I'm not going to ITK it. Just watch your space. That's all I'm going to say. All right, people. I've rambled long enough. I'm going to let you guys go. Leave in the comments below what you think. Do you think Arsenal are going to do any business in the next couple of days? Leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, crush, destroy, drop kick the shit out of the like button. I'm going to be doing a show later on today, a live show with Ola and possibly guest. I'm waiting for them to confirm. So do keep an eye out on that. I'm also going to be going back to my previews and reviews. And in my preview for the Man City game, I may also have a debut guest for that. So big things are going on. So I'll keep an eye on that. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Crush and destroy that like button. The show needs it. The show loves it whenever you guys do that. And I always appreciate it when you guys do that. And also, if you're listening to me for the first time, hit that subscribe button. All right, people, I'm out of it. Take care.